Nope. I'm getting ready to record. Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning. Happy Thursday to you. Wow, interesting time. Hey, listen, by the way, update on the Wi-Fi. Yeah. So I called yesterday. Speeds are great, but it's still got the lagging as soon as I do a stream, trying to figure out what's going on. Now this is, hundreds of dollars later, buying a new Wi-Fi, new modem, buying freaking power line adapters, and all those different things. And yesterday I called, and they tell me there's a reported issue with the lines in your area. So he immediately went to setting him an appointment. So the internet service provider is going to come today. So yeah, it is such a journey when you're having some issues with the Wi-Fi. So I'm thinking, why did I spend that money if it's actually ultimately some issue with the internet service provider, who, when you initially talk with them, they make it seem like it's, your router's too old, your modem's too old, how long have you had it, blah, 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 when they know ultimately it is on their end. So in any case, this is where we are. They'll be by today, and we'll see. We'll see if they can fix the problem. All right, guys. So yeah. So listen, day 2 apparently is over at Swell. The word on the streets: no major announcements. No major announcements. So yeah. So Swell is just not so swell. Yeah. So no major stuff. Gosh, I enjoyed more of watching Brad Garlinghouse interview Michael Arrington on the official Ripple channel at the Ubri event. So no official announcements. And I don't know, just because there's a presentation with Bank of America and Ripple at a Swell event and they're using Bank of America, I don't know. We can all look into that, but no announcement. I was really hoping that Bank of America announcement was going to be a thing, but not at Swell. And we only have a few. I don't want to say we only have a few. We have we got 70 days left, I guess, or so, for the year 2020. So we'll see. Yeah. So that's the word on the street. Day 2 over. No major announcements. Yeah. Interesting. So we'll just kind of cover some stuff that I wanted to cover a few days ago before we had the Wi-Fi issues. I'll cover some of some of these with you guys. And look, in the end, if you hold assets, you hold assets, right? And so, and that's what we're doing. We're accumulating and holding, right? As early adopters in the space, we hold the asset, and as long as we hold it and don't sell, there's not a loss, right? So that's the way I look at it. And you certainly have to make your own decisions there, but yeah, no major announcements is the word on the street. So let's go over a couple of other things that I found that I think are pretty interesting. Forbes Crypto put this out on Twitter. I thought this was interesting. A $10 billion asset manager, Stone Ridge, spins off Bitcoin subsidiary managing more than 300 million in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Interesting. So this is the Forbes article here. Stone Ridge reveals $115 million Bitcoin investment as part of $1 billion spinoff. So 3 years ago, it was the founders of the $10 billion Stone Ridge Asset Management, $10 billion, had a problem. Several of the advisory firm's founders and senior employees were buying Bitcoin at such a rate, it became obvious the purchases needed to be looked at more closely by the firm's auditors. Well, how about that? As word got out that Stone Ridge's staff was personally investing in Bitcoin at such a scale, the firm's clients increasingly wanted to express the same thesis. As Stone Ridge co-founder Robert Gutman put it, that thesis is a belief in the long-term growth of an open source monetary system in assets like Bitcoin. That is a big, big statement coming from a $10 billion management company in assets like Bitcoin, right? So they're talking about the space. They're talking about the digital asset space. Here's an interesting thing here. By 2017, that vision had evolved into the New York Digital Investment Group. Remember these guys? You guys remember this with Chris Larsen? The first Stone Ridge subsidiary that isn't wholly owned by the parent company. That year, the firm quietly raised $50 million in a previously unannounced investment and set about building a spinoff that served the new breed of institutional investors, increasingly seeking their services. Last Friday, that work went to the next level when NYDIG raised another $50 million growth equity fundraise led by FinTech Collective with Bessemer Ventures and Ribbit Capital participating, bringing the total value raised to $100 million. NYDIG is acting as custodian of 10,000 of the parent company's Bitcoin value. Yep. So Stone Ridge is kind of where this kind of stuff came from. Stone Ridge Holding Groups revealed NYDIG is acting as a custodian of 10,000 of the parent company's Bitcoin, valued at $115 million. Well, isn't that something? And then they got Chris Larsen's mentioned in this article as well. Last month, Ripple chairman Chris Larsen revealed he'd moved one of his XRP wallets to the NYDIG custody. A big deal, right? Absolutely a big deal. Now, I wanted to go over the Cambridge one. Here it is here. Arthur Portilla shared this with us a couple of days ago, actually says yesterday, which I think is really, really interesting. I've been hearing some good things about this Cambridge Global Payments in terms of them being a pretty massive entity. Shout out to Arturo for sharing this with the community. We appreciate you big time, brother. Breaking: Cambridge FX, a provider of cross-border payments and FX risk management solutions, announced today the commercial launch of its partnership with Ripple after seeing 99% reduction in time to pay out in the pilot phase. Interesting. Let's see. Now, where is that? Let's go over here to the Business Wire, where this is first, I first discovered this. Cambridge Global Payments and Ripple partnership goes live. Cambridge Global Payments, a FleetCor company and a provider of integrated cross-border payments and currency risk management solutions, announced today the commercial launch of its partnership with Ripple, the enterprise blockchain solution for certain global payments, to deliver cross-border payment solutions to B2B customers. Someone told me that the B2B business just by 2022, in terms of payments, was going to go up as high as $36 trillion in cross-border payments for B2B. Wow. The partnership between Ripple and Cambridge will optimize payment delivery using RippleNet, Ripple's global payments network. In a tweet, Ripple and Cambridge understand the importance of blockchain technology to improve cross-border payments for customers and bringing greater certainty into the delivery of cross-border payments. Yeah. During the pilot phase of the partnership, deposits to vendors who use preferred banking partner Siam Commercial Bank saw a 99% reduction in time to pay out with RippleNet compared with other providers, a significant drop from the current average of 2 days. Cambridge also reported experienced a higher level of transparency and certainty throughout the payment process. A higher level of transparency and certainty throughout the payment process. Cambridge is exploring additional countries and currencies, that can benefit from access to RippleNet. We entered into the relationship with Ripple because it presented Cambridge a great opportunity to use distributed ledger technology to reduce the amount of time it takes for customers to pay their overseas vendors, said Mark Frey, President, Cambridge Global Payments. By expanding this relationship, we broaden our reach into the Asia Pacific region while providing customers the rapid payment delivery they expect. Ripple and Cambridge understand the importance of blockchain technology to improve cross-border payments for customers and bring greater certainty into the delivery of cross-border payments, said Pat Thielen, Vice President, North American Managing Director at Ripple. Given today's realities, adding more technology options is even more critical to ensuring faster payments across the globe. Here's what I said earlier. A recent study from Juniper Research indicated the total value of B2B cross-border payments will jump to 35 trillion US dollars in 2022 from a beer code related low of 27 trillion in 2020. New technologies like RippleNet that can reduce lag time are key to tapping the growing cross-border SME B2B payments market. And Ripple is all in that SME B2B payments market. We all heard about that line of credit, which is absolutely going to be massive as well. Cambridge tweeted it out about the partnership as well. So yeah, really exciting stuff because Cambridge is a big deal. It is a big deal. There's a tweet from Cambridge. Rafa Khan tweeted it out as well. He had some interesting thoughts on it. This go live with Cambridge and RippleNet. The press release has an important detail. The trial was run with Ripple partner banks, SMB. The importance of this probably can't be overstated and potentially suggests both adoption timelines and the importance of network effects. The timeline now looks like this: 2017 signed commercial bank trial, 2018 early signed commercial first bank to trial multi-hop, 2018 late 2018 Cambridge Global signs on, 2019 there's nothing there. In 2020 Cambridge Payments live after trial with signed commercial bank with ODL. Ripple Insight referenced Cambridge. It was said that they will use XRapid name change and XRP. Currently, they are live with RippleNet, and SMB signed commercial bank is an early ODL user. So, though not in PR, ODL at work here. The point: Cambridge is using Ripple for B2B payments. Originally, there was speculation they would purchase XRP to move around, requiring a large purchase. Instead, they are live now that ODL is in place, which does not require them to hold XRP. Cambridge adoption did not involve an XRP purchase. It came about after banks were partnered in ODL. was working in the background. And that's the key, I think, most importantly, in any of it. It's just, ODL is going to take care of a lot of the things and a lot of the challenges that some companies may or may not have with purchasing. But the line of credit, thing is really the big deal. It really, really is. Listen, this is just some Ripple insights. A couple of things from Ripple. One is in the what's the word I want to use? I forget the word. Philanthropy work, if you will. The other Ripple insights came from this guy here: how digitization can boost financial resilience for people in poverty. And again, for me, when it comes time to either they will do this behind closed doors and sing the praises of Ripple, or they will usher, if you will, Ripple up to the front of the podium and sing the praises and yell from the rooftops. But in all things Ripple and RippleNet and the software, and all the activity that it's doing, another gift, if you will, is that XRP ledger to the foundation. In addition to the ILP being gifted to the W3C, you talk about its philanthropy that Ripple is involved with. You talk about sustainability. You talk about low energy. You talk about being, what is the word I want? Eco-friendly. The value add in cross-border payments and saving time and adding transparency. The list just goes on and on and on and on, right? And so the fact that Ripple is in fact a global infrastructure company really, for me, says it's just a matter of time again before they're doing one of two things. They're behind closed doors and everyone is in agreement. Oh my gosh, yes, XRP, the digital asset itself, is sustainable. It is a hybrid. It can do so many different things. It is eco-friendly. The company behind it is doing incredible things. They built the ILP, and gifted it. They essentially have gifted the XRPL, which they purchased, right? So all of these things, again, will be uttered, if you will, behind closed doors, or again, shouted from the rooftops. And this is happening in other nations and other countries. It will certainly happen in Japan, and I'm guessing Singapore as well. And I don't believe that the United States is going to let a good old USFA company and all of its attributes and all of its strengths be in regulatory, always working to be regulatory compliant, having a digital asset, wanting to be transparent, wanting to work alongside and complement, and if you will, build out a better system than the legacy system. There isn't anyone more out in front of making those things happen than Ripple. So if you're a hodler, cool. I think we're all in a good position. It seems as though it's taken longer than we all would have hoped. So no announcement as well. Again, that's the news. No major announcement. Day 2 is over. No major announcement as well. So that's tough. I definitely wanted to hear from or hear something about the Bank of America announcement, but it didn't happen. So we continue to hodl strong, right? Continue to live our lives, hodl strong, and understand that this is a new asset class, right? It is an asset class, right? It's not just one asset. It is an entirely new asset class. And we get to participate, right, in how to accumulate other assets as well. So, all right, guys, listen, I am going to wrap up this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this: that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.